Hello and welcome to the sports interview today. Today we have Didier Grillet, the starting goalie for the Emory Henry Wash soccer team. The soccer team has started off extremely well this season, starting off the season 5-0 and currently have a record of 6-2 now, an unprecedented run for the soccer team this year. Didier, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Didier, just tell me, how does it feel to be doing this well in the season? Starting 5-0 and being 6-2 on the season so far.
Well, it feels great, especially because the soccer team has struggled in the past. We all came in this season focused, ready to go, much more prepared than other seasons, and we've just been rolling with it.
Tell me, what did the ODAC preseason polls have you ranked, before the season started?
I believe we were ranked 11th.
11th. So you were pretty much at the bottom of the preseason polls coming into this season.
Yes.
Tell me, how does it feel, to be doing this well? Like, what kind of statement do you think you've made to the ODAC so far early in this season?
Well, when I came here, Coach Richardson told me he wants to change the program and turn it around, and we slowly made great strides to do so, and it's just really a great feeling. It's exciting. We're all excited, and we just can't wait to keep playing and keep winning.
Well, that's always a good thing. Tell me, about your role on that team. Being a goalie is really hard. I mean, I know from football it takes a lot of lateral movement, going from side to side and doing things like that. How much pressure do you put on yourself in the game, and how does that overall, impact your team in the way they play?
Well, I try not to put any extra pressure on myself. I understand I'm the last man back there, but I just like to stay, keep talking, keep my back four in line, make sure they're talking to the people in front of them, and we just try and lock it up back there. I try to not put all the pressure on me, but all five of us, the back line and myself.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Didier, I tried playing goalie one time for a soccer class, and to say I sucked was an understatement. I mean, I had balls flying everywhere at me.
Yeah.
And as big as I am, I will admit I was scared of the ball when it came at me and stuff like that. I will never be a Hope Solo or a Tim Howard in any kind of way possible. But to switch gears a little bit here, what did it take for your team to really, develop into the team that it is now? Because we all know, this really was, the soccer team was struggling. What did you and your teammates have to change in order to start this season off the way you have so far?
I believe we had to change our mindsets. In the past, we haven't been as focused as we are this season. We're all out here to win. We're all focused on the goal, get the tournament, get as far as we can, maybe even win it.
Did you have to, cut some people loose? Did you have to, change some of your, ideologies?
We've had a few roster changes. We've tinkered with the lineup here and there, but most of it's just staying focused, staying fit, and just putting the work in,
Now, I know, we just talked about, being a team and, changing things within the team as players and everything like that. But can you go into detail for us about, what your coach, does for the team, and like how he impacts you and how he's pushed you more this year than he has in other years, and how that's really helped your team be successful?
Well, I think one of the main things is Coach made it clear that no one has a guaranteed spot. In the past, we've lacked talent in certain areas, so people had their positions locked down, essentially. This year, we got a lot of talented guys, and we never know who's going to get on the field. And so it pushes us every day in practice.
We all know the mindset, the ideology. What are some of the physical things that you've seen since you've been here? Because you've been here for 4 years.
Right.
You're a senior, and you've seen a lot of growth and development. What are some of the physical things you've seen? Because, I mean, I'm just amazed. We got guys scoring 2 goals a game. We have 2 guys on the team right now that, are up there in the ODAC as far as scoring goals. So from a physical aspect, from strength aspect, what do you think has pretty much changed, and how do you think this team has developed?
Well, you said we have guys in the ODAC leading in goals. I'm pretty sure Jordan Couch is leading the NCAA in goals.
That's incredible.
And that's just going back to staying fit. We all came in fit, ready to go. The team now is stronger, fitter, more technical, overall more talented, and we're not taking that for granted. We're going out there, we're doing what we can to win.
Didier, we're to switch subjects here for a minute. You're from the Charlotte area.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the issues that are going on in Charlotte and what you think about them?
What's going on in Charlotte is a touchy subject. It's a tragedy because I never thought something like this would impact my city. We all watch the news, riots around the country with police brutality or, gun control, whatever it may be. Wherever you stand on the issue, it's a tragedy, and the rioting, I feel, is taken away from what's important, and that the people don't trust the police don't trust the people, and there's a great divide, and we need to do something about it.
I'm from, West Columbia, South Carolina.
Right.
And, being from the Columbia area, I've seen a lot of, turmoil. Of course, involving
Yes.
the Confederate flag and even an own police incident that happened in Charleston. And, I've been to Charlotte on many, many occasions. I have a lot of family that, live up there. And, it's surprising to see, where Charlotte's at right now. Because I always saw Charlotte as like a big, big city, home feeling that, would never occur like this. But it's had some issues, and not just the police brutality, but also, the legislature not passing the, transgender, LGBT bathrooms as well. And
Right.
how do you think about just all these issues going on in Charlotte? I mean, they've lost a lot of deals.
Right. Well, you speak about the HB2 law.
Yeah.
We lost the NBA All-Star game because of it. And then Governor Pat McCrory insisted that he'd use the emergency weather funding. So if there's a natural disaster, he'd use that to protect his law that he made, even though it's cost the city quite a bit. And tying it back to the shooting, the HB2 law restricts, access to police video until cases are closed. So it prevents closure and understanding and a full grasp of the situation, because the best view of what happened was most likely the police cams. So, it's more of a state issue at this point because of the law, and it's impacted not just Charlotte but the whole state. And what all we gotta do is go vote, go get the issue solved.
Well, one last question, I have for you, and then we'll wrap it up here. What is it that you think, you've already elaborated about all the stuff that Charlotte's lost.
Right.
What do you think Charlotte needs to do as a community, as a city, in order to get back to where Charlotte normally is or needs to be?
Charlotte needs to come together, but to come together and not ignore the issue at hand. That, the people don't feel safe now. In Charlotte, that's an unfamiliar feeling to not feel safe. Like you said, it's normally a very homey city. But what we need to do is just come together, build our city's reputation back, and, work towards a solution.
Well, this is a sports interview today. We will now hand it over to Andrew McClung for the sports update.